Hey guys, Cindy here, and it's pretty late. It's after midnight here in Minnesota. I'm bored, and I want to tell you about one of my most recent ex. He's a bit, crazy. Like, he was, beginning to be, stalker level creepy. And I was just like, so my friend, she was friends with him, and she thought we'd make a good couple. And then she had us meet, and all three of us hung out together. And then, yeah, I ended up really liking him. Like, I thought he was a decent guy. Like, he was pretty nerdy, like he was a geeky guy, which I was like, oh yeah, the geeky guy should be safe. Because I had a bad relationship before this one too, that I ended up breaking off. And so later, he asked me if I wanted to hang out with him over text message. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then he was like, okay, we're gonna have to sneak in through my window because my parents and everyone's asleep, and I'm not supposed to have someone over at my house this late. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I didn't really think of it, and then he asked me later if I wanted to be his girlfriend. I was like, yeah, sure. And then, man, he took things really, really fast. Um, he started like making out with me, and I was like, um, well, as long as we're just doing this, I guess it's fine. But then, like, the next day, we hung out. He started, wanting to go, like, way farther than that. It was, like, and then, like, one of the things that made me question my last relationship before this guy was my ex pressured me into having sex with him. Which, yeah, I really regret doing. But he, like, guilted me into it. And then I realized that my current boyfriend was pulling the same stuff. I was like, dude. And like, I'm not gonna cover the more explicit details because of my sanity, and I don't want to get too personal anyway. But he kept on pressuring me, trying to pressure me into doing all this stuff with him that I didn't want to do. I ended up doing some of them just to get him to shut up, pretty much. And then, like, the third or fourth day where we were dating, he was just like, my mom and my stepdad are getting divorced, so I'd like to move in with you. We can try to look for an apartment together. I was like, what? um, and then like, he was driving me home. Yeah, I think he was driving me home, and then one of my coworkers is dating one of my friends. Like, I've been friends with this girl since 8th grade, and then her and her boyfriend started dating sometime in high school. And then I casually mentioned to my then boyfriend that, man, I wish people could date their coworkers at my work. And then he gets all jealous, and he was like, "Why? Why do you say that?" It's like, I was just like, because because my coworkers are dating one of my friends. I was like, oh, okay. I thought you really liked one of your coworkers. This is like, I even told him, dude, I was like, if I did, I don't think I'd be telling you. So casually. Because we're kind of dating. And then I told my friend what was going on, the friend that had set me and this guy up. And she ended up stopping being friends with him, and she ended up being really helpful with this whole situation because she did not expect this guy to be like this. And then after we break up, like, this is one of the weirder things that I think I can tell you guys with being safe. He actually, like, a few days into us dating, he actually wanted me to see him undress. I was like, and to get changed for work. I was like, no thanks. And he kept on saying how, oh, I'm sorry for my behavior. I'm a 19-year-old virgin. It's like, dude, dude. Like, something else I feel like I can tell you, he was like obsessed with sex. Like, he kept on asking me and asking me and asking me if I wanted to have sex with him and if we could have sex. I kept on saying no, and then finally I was like, I'm on my period, because I was, but it was actually pretty light. And then he took the hint. He was like, okay, but can we have sex once your period's done? I was like, oh my god. And then after we broke up, like, I was definitely planning on breaking up with him, but then he ended up breaking up with me, which I was like, easy. I didn't have to break up with him. Whatever. I'm happy now. And then, like, after we broke up, like, fast forward like a month, I'd say, he actually went to my house during the night. And then he was like, hey, can we talk? I was like, sure. And then we walked out, and then he started like telling me all these lies about my friend, the friend that set us up. Like, he even told me that she got raped. Well, she didn't. And that's a pretty bold thing to lie about. I didn't believe him, obviously. I was thinking, well, if my friend got raped, you probably would have told me about it. Or at least told me that she got raped in the first place. And then I was like, fine, we could be friends, but that's it. We can maybe progress. We can maybe progress as time goes on. Because honestly, like, I like the guy that he presented himself as. Like, he wants to make video games and then move to Japan so he can make a cartoon. So he can be a cartoon creator or anime creator. I actually really like that about him. Then, like, the next day, he comes to my house and I didn't want to hang out with him, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna not go to my door because he's gonna leave if I don't go to my door. And then he does not leave. He leaves after like a half an hour. And then he goes to my work and calls me from one of my work phones. I answered thinking it was like one of my bosses or something. Because usually that's who calls me when I see my work calling me. So I was like, oh, hello, thinking it was going to be one of my managers. And then all of a sudden I hear his voice. And then he was like, oh, you weren't answering your doors. It's like, I'm trying to take a nap. I'm tired, so I'm trying to take a nap. Okay, bye. I hung up before he could say anything else because I was feeling really freaked out. And then he came back to my house for like a half an hour or an hour longer. And then he eventually left on his own. And then I was like, kept on like messaging my friends on Facebook, updating them what was going on because I was so freaked out. And I got hold of my friend that initially set me and him up again. And then thankfully she helped me out with that. And we both made sure that I didn't want to see him again. And I haven't heard from him since. Just. Like, I had an ex that was kind of like this when I was in middle school, which middle school, yeah, people are really immature and stuff. But this guy was 19 through that. He's 20 like I am now. Like, he was born sometime in January like I was. He's like 20 now, and he was acting like this. I have a feeling that this guy is never going to change. I'm glad that I got out of there. Honestly, just. Well, thanks for watching my video, and hopefully next guy I date is going to be the real thing. Because honestly, because of that experience, I'm not really ready to date right now. I mean, I could be ready to date in the future, but yeah. Yeah, this was a little story. This was story time about one of my exes that I hope to never see again. Yeah, thanks for watching. And if you have any crazy exes or you can relate to me, tell me in the comments for your crazy ex story. Because, yeah, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there was a girl that he liked, and then he hitchhiked to her house. That's like a few hours away. I'm just like, it's so creepy, man. But yeah, hopefully I never see that guy again. We'll see ya, and thanks for watching.